What's good, you guys? It's Capital J Productions, and I'm back with another podcast, right? I only have 3 left, and then I'm done until God give me something else to talk about, because I've already talked about pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. So let's get into it with this one, right? If these rappers really have money, I want to talk about that, right? Because they only seem to do this, and what I'm about to explain, you only see this in hip hop, okay? But you ever follow, like, some of you guys may follow some of these rappers, whether it's Lil Baby, whether it's Lil Wayne, you name it, The Game, it doesn't matter, right? Well, not all rappers do this, but eventually if you follow them long enough, you will see them where they post, like they'll make a post where it's a bunch of money. They have a brick of money, and they usually, like, they're flossing their money, or they're flossing their jewelry, or they're flossing something that has to do with a post that's just basically saying, like, yeah, I got a grip of money or whatever, right? But if you think about it, in any other genre, in any other artist, no other artists are doing that, right? Like, they're not flaunting their money on their social media accounts. They're not doing that stuff, and it's a reason for that, right? Because when you do that, you make yourself a target, but somehow, some way, only in hip hop, and really the black side of hip hop, you see this, right? Just peep what I'm saying. Like, I've been studying all of this stuff for a long time. And like I said, for like most of the black community, like, we just kind of accept it and just don't think twice about things. You see it and, like, oh man, he got money, or she, it's usually a he. So, but yeah, man, don't fall for that gimmick. These rappers, they really don't have that money, because if they really had that kind of money, right? Just think about it, right? You have, like, all these rappers who sign these deals. That's the thing within itself. Like, if you had that kind of money, you wouldn't even be signed up under nobody. You will have your own company, and you will be running it yourself. You'll be putting on people, putting on acts, putting on different artists yourself. You wouldn't have to, like, make these posts about your money, trying to prove to your audience that you have money. I mean, who cares, right? Like, I don't care if some artist has money or they don't have money. I mean, if you being a rapper, you should be making money, just like if you go to any other job, you should be making money, right? Like, that's just what it is. We all have to do something to get money. So, let's not try to make it more than what it really is. So, I mean, you just got to ask yourself a lot of questions, right? Or the right questions, I should say. Like, if these rappers really had that money, like that kind of money, how come, they don't own the record labels? How come these rappers always end up coming out talking about, oh, I'm broke, and they end up fighting with their record label? And next thing you know, they drop, or they got to sue their record labels. I've done tons of videos on this stuff. I just did one recently, like a couple of weeks ago, about Salt and Pepper. After 35 years of them being in the industry, and they still don't own their masters, and now they have to go sue their record label to try to get their masters back. Things that I have, like, I have control of my masters, I have control of my beats. You know what I'm saying? I can do what I want with them. I can go sell them if I wanted to, anytime I want to. Yeah, so, just, y'all can't believe that just because you see a rapper, on Instagram or whatever it is, right, and they posting up money, that is theirs. Because like I said, most of the times, that's prop money. They have to have some white person that comes, bring them that money, and then they get to borrow it and take the pictures with it, and then they got to give it back. A lot of cases, that's what's going on. So don't be tricked by that. Y'all got to be able to look at, like, what businesses these rappers have started. Do they have any businesses? Do they have Do they own any real estate? Do they own any companies? You know, are they, you know, what companies do they own? You know, because we all know that rappers ain't really making that much money off of the music industry. Nobody is even buying albums no more. Like, you could just go stream anything you want for free. Like, any song that you hear on the radio, you could just go put it in YouTube, or, you know, or whatever streaming services you use, and look it up and find it and listen to it anytime you want to for free. That's what I do, you know. I've been doing that for the longest, you know, and I haven't bought an album. I probably never will buy an album. I can make beats when I want to, so I really don't listen to nobody else's music anyway. So a lot of times, you know, I can make what I'm, you know, something better than what I'm hearing on the radio or whatever. But yeah, so just don't fall for it, you guys. Like, it's just another trick of the industry, and they only doing it to, just ask yourself why they only doing it to the black artists. You know, like, they're trying to motivate us to really look up to these guys like they really got all this money, and they don't, you know, because if they did, they wouldn't have to they wouldn't even have to come out with albums if you got that kind of money. Like, and they damn sure wouldn't be dressing up as women, if, you know, like, because I'm quite sure if all of them really had that kind of money, there's no way that you come from the hood and you just start dressing up in dresses and stuff like that, right? Like, let's just keep it real, and let's just keep it a buck, and let's just be really honest, right? If you from the hood like I am, we don't learn that crap, right? And we actually denounce it, and we'll clown you. Be like, we will make fun of you, you know what I'm saying, if you wearing dresses and stuff like that and you from the hood, because that's not our culture. That's not in our DNA. We don't do that. So yeah, that's all I kind of wanted to talk about in this podcast. Is just, don't believe the hype, guys. You know, you guys want to make your own money, you know, just open you up a Patreon or a Patreon type of service and put your beats on there. It's all free. Whatever you trying to do is free. You can upload as much as you want, all for free, right? And you sell your services there. You sell your songs. You can sell your songs right there, and you can make your videos to your songs all on Patreon, all for free. You do not need to sign no deal, you know, no horrible deal that's gonna make you look good, but in reality you're doing bad. Okay, because that's what's going on. That's what the music industry is basically based off of, right? It's all just looks. But yeah, it's just smoke and mirrors, man. Like, y'all gotta be smarter than this. I don't want my young brothers falling for this type of stuff. You know, if y'all reach out to me, you know what I'm saying, on my podcast or on my Patreon, just reach out to me if you want some help, some real guidance, some real help, right? I can help you guys, you know, if you want help. Like, so that's all I got to say on this one. You know, just ask yourself real questions, you know, and then you will see what I'm talking about, right? Because people who really got money like that, the real people, the real millionaires and billionaires, they are not flaunting their money online. They know they have it. They don't have to show it. You know, they don't have to try to prove to their audience that they have it. You know, they know they have it, and that's it. A lot of the times they try to hide it from you because they don't want nobody taking it from them. So yeah, but anyway, this is Capital J Productions with another one, and I hope y'all learned something from this one, and I'll see y'all guys in the next one. All right, peace.